Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this special session of the Rubber Industry Tech Talk hosted by Technobiz. And in today's session, we're going to have a conversation on the IRMRA's 24th Rubber Conference and Expo 2023, which will be held very soon on 21st to 23rd September in Chennai, India at the Chennai Trade Center. I'm with the Chief Convener of this conference and also the Director of the IRMRA, the well-known rubber technologist and also rubber industry person, Dr. K. Rajkumar. He's the director of the IRMRA. And in today's session, we'll learn about all his event and also IRMRA's activities so that we have a better understanding of cooperation with IRMRA. You may benefit from some of the presentations and also the projects they do for the industry benefit. So let's jump into the discussion with Dr. K. Rajkumar. Raj, thank you very much for accepting the invitation and also taking a time out on this weekend to talk about this IRMRA conference.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Peram, and thank Technobiz also for organizing this important, conversation with reference to this upcoming, conference come Expo. In fact, I'm glad to know that a lot of technologists, academicians, and many delegates from even foreign, they are all registered for the conference. So I'm looking forward with a lot of excitement to assemble in Chennai to welcome all of them basically.
Super. Okay, let's get to know more about it. And before we get into the conference, one thing I wanted to congratulate and also best wishes to the IRMRA for celebrating 65 years now and then since established. Yeah.
That's
so
right.
How do you are the director of IRMRA? I don't think you are 65 now, right?
Obviously not.
So how is the journey of IRMRA for last 65 years?
Yes, the IRMRA is born in 1958. It is as old as DRDO, as old as Baba Atomic Research Center, as old as IIT Bombay. I always say that. So someone thought the nuclear research, defense research, along with rubber. So that's the kind of I always say. So that much importance have been given by our predecessors. So I salute them basically for such a wonderful initiative. And of course, the last 65 years, it has undergone tremendous changes in different phases basically. And of course, I started my journey about 24 years back. Of course, 99, since 99 I am there. I joined as a senior scientific officer, and at different level I have grown up, and then last 7-8 years I'm heading as director. And obviously, initially it was started with a small R&D setup for supporting, small scale R&D, for the small industries in and around Bombay. Later on, it was under the CSIR, it was started with the aegis of CSIR, and slowly it gone up, and then finally in 1978, I believe sometime, it was transferred under the Ministry of Industry that time. And then now it is functioning under the DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and it is of course functioning as an autonomous body. And with the government support, it has established several, product testing center and many other, facilities, infrastructure to support not only the non-tire but also the tire industry now actually. So recently, we have established last 10 years before, of course, we established, Center of Excellence for Tire Research, Testing and Certifications, especially to support the, ISA marking and, safety aspects of tire testing, basically, where there was a change of infrastructure in, the road infrastructure in India, and lots of, tire bursts occurred and accidents, and also that was the time IRMRA came up with its Center of Excellence for Tire Testing, and it really went very well, and we could support government for implementing the safety aspects of tire, and we have grown very well. And that made us, in fact, IRMRA as a self-sustaining institute, we have gone up. And last 7 years, in fact, it was under my tenure as director, we have also created branches in South as well as Eastern India. And of course, the one more is coming up very soon in North India. Our government has given consent for supporting that as well. So with the help of government, we would be able to establish very soon in North also. So it's grown up, in a phased manner. And last 15-20 years, I can say that more into research, publications, and product development, consultancy. In fact, we support a lot with consultancy program for the industry, small industries, and that's how we are able to grow very well actually. More about we can talk obviously. Yeah. So it's in fact it's a huge year after 65 years, and I just told about it, and transforming into quality certifications, enable accreditation for the laboratories, BAS recognitions, and many recognitions, including DGMS, Director General of Mines and Safety, SEMILAC approval, like that. Several recognitions, and that gave a confidence for our scientists and technologists to give the service to the industry, and industry also come up with their own confidence to avail our services. That was really give and take. I must thank each and every customer who supported us, and including the government departments, inspection agencies, and every employee who came and gone. Of course, everybody has put very small contribution, everybody, so that made us what we are today actually.
Personally, I know you since you were very young. Okay. Since we were working for the
what do you mean? I'm still now young actually.
So, but I've seen the the change, the most important, the relevance to the industry needs. I think the way you transform is what industry is required. You play an important role for the Indian rubber and tire industry, whether it's a testing or product development or research needs, and various consulting services. And we're also looking at various other center of excellence, not just only for the tire bigger companies, but also on the smaller scale SMEs, and particularly talking about toys also. We talk later on this one more about it. Okay, let's get into the important event that IRMRA is hosting. This is one of the, in India have many rubber events, and this is also well recognized event. You host once a year, right? And so it has a conference.
Yes, every 2-3 years, once it is hosted. In the last one we had in 2018, it was our Diamond Jubilee celebration, and of course, since COVID was in between, it came up, so we had a long break. So it is after 5 years this event is organized actually. So in fact, 2018 was remarkably, it was celebrated along with the Diamond Jubilee, and we had several events at different locations of the country, and final event grand finale was in associated with 23rd rubber conference in Mumbai, and so this one is 24th rubber conference actually. That's
so what are the main highlights in what we can expect from this event during the
the current scenario is basically talk about lot of changes in the regulations, and the global scenario also has changed, especially one is talk about circular economy, the second is sustainability, and of course the industries are undergoing transforming changes, especially the automotive industry is looking forward a huge growth in India. And so IRMRA is one of the testing and R&D R&D nodal institute in India, as a government research institution. So, and we also play a lot of role in that. So the upgrading the facilities required to meet that regulations. So the conference and exhibition is more into focusing of such theme basically. So the circularity, sustainability in terms of materials, technological changes, advancement, and industry 4.0. And so one way the technology is getting advanced, the other way is basically the material challenges are coming up, environmental friendly materials, and even the sustainability in terms of energy conservations, environmental preservations. Many things are there. So the theme of the conference and the schedule of the speakers slot, all those things are being focused on that. We also organize a panel discussion with reference to the end of life of tires, which is very relevant today in India, because the end of extended producers responsibility (EPR) of tire is already out, and a lot of protocols are being discussed to manage such waste tire, and circularity is also being given very prime importance at the government level. So the industry is looking forward to implement all such theme together.
Yeah.
At the
So
same time, the quality demand from automotive sectors is increasing. E-vehicle have come, electronic, the electric vehicles with the different challenges. So, the tire labeling, star rating, so many other regulations also come in tire industry. So IRMRA is slowly upgrading its facilities to support that as well. So government also is giving support for that. So we are into that. So this conference and exhibition will be a very good platform for exchanging the ideas and status and forecasting future trends and how they are going to face in future times. All those things will be discussed actually.
so it is a must attend event for every rubber industry and tire
Absolutely.
industry. Yeah, right.
If somebody is not attending, it will be a big miss for them basically. I can say that.
Because I think you're addressing that needs of the world is talking about material, particularly sustainable materials, sustainable regulation changes. You need to update yourself. You're an exporter, and if you want to comply with the regulations, you have to participate this kind of event to update yourself. And because you get a pool of experts together. Okay, if you sit in your office only, then you not expect to get knowledge from out of your company. No, it's not possible. You got to get out of your four walls and walk to this kind of event and learn from all the pool of experts. This basically a knowledge bank there. And IRMRA is well recognized, well established, R&D training, all kinds of things. So a must attend event, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, we are also organizing parallelly one workshop on impact of the regulations of tire industry in terms of automobile sectors. Such kind of event also parallelly organized. So it's definitely a must event, and I'm sure that those who are participating will get a lot of inputs. As you rightly said, several experts from not only in India, across the globe, from Europe, many experts are coming. I think almost 50 plus delegates are lined up. They are all speaking in conference, as well as they will be present in the exhibitions to discuss and exchange their latest technological updates on the testing equipment and what's happening in Europe, which eventually India also exports a lot of tires to the world, and so global markets. So India is also has to comply with such requirements and so on. So the world is looking at India, as well as we are looking at export. So a lot of things is going to be happening in this conference and expo.
And I think that coincidentally, India is hosting a G20 meet today, right?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
And now the world is looking, every news channel is looking at India right now. Looking at what kind of discussions happening with all the leaders of the country, various countries participating, and everybody's talking about great about Indian opportunities for India and also work with India. So it's also, I think IRMRA also is a part of that India's journey. Yeah. Right.
Correct. In fact, even in G20, a lot of agenda is focusing on environmental regulations and making it more mandatory, stringent, and see how India can also achieve its own mission, by carbon neutrality. So these all is going to be a part and parcel of the government mission, and definitely this kind of summit and conference expo will augment, support the industry to come up basically. Even in small industries, that we have, in fact, recently signed an MOU with an agency who is also exhibiting in conference to save energy. About 20 to 30% of the energy cost can be saved by changing little technological, things basically. So all these inputs they will get in the things. Energy cost is very high today, and it's growing, and it's making industry little incompetitive. So this kind of event attending and changing over the technological advancement, making automations, all will make Indian industry also to be more competitive and to meet the global changes and global needs basically. These are the things really we are looking into it actually.
Super. So it definitely, I'm reiterating again, it's a must-attend event for everyone, who involved with the rubber and tire industry. Can you talk a little bit about, I think you already touched about various speakers coming from the different parts of the world and experts. And
yes.
Can you please highlight some of the key speakers and their topics, and of course you generalize it in terms of materials regulation and things like that. It would be nice to know some of the key. Of course, every speaker is important, and we can't put everybody's names here today, but at least you can highlight a few of the keynote speakers.
In terms of speakers, if we say that we have assembled the speakers from different angles basically. One is the industry, then the academic, as well as R&D, and also some of the the technological changes in the equipment manufacturers. So it is versatile in all the fields of expertise basically. If I say that from starting from IIT Kharagpur to R&D institutions, defense establishments, and some of the leading universities who are all conducting research in tire and polymers, especially the waste management. Today is a huge focus is on waste management, value additions of the waste to wealth basically, and also bringing the sustainable materials while handling the waste. Again, there should not be any kind of environmental pollution. So there is always a cautionary precautions to be taken into that. So all those things are going to be discussed in that thing. So we have speakers from abroad as well, from Germany as well as from US, and also from IIT and universities. So name a few, like Professor Anil K. Bhaumik is here, will be here for talking, and especially is going to talk about the energy transition research and rubber research with reference to energy things basically. So how that the industry is coping up with such kind of changes, and similarly some of the advancement in pyrolysis, advancement in pyrolysis and the byproducts of waste products. And also some of the UNIDO expert is going to talk about the the interdisciplinary research from paper waste to rubber and plastics and all the things. That kind of things are there, and materials oriented research projects, such kind of things. Even the the biomaterials, biological biosource based materials. Yeah, so the topics are very versatile basically, which many conferences last 7-8 years people have been talking about sustainable research, but of course our team, we got a very good team to coordinate with choosy speakers across the globe who are very well expert in the field of topics, and we have assembled them basically, like Dr. Amit Das and Dr. Abhijit Bandavadhyay and Professor Abhishek Sharma and Dr. Virendra Gupta. Like there are many experts who are all there from various industries. And from tire industry, Mr. SKP Amarnath is global R&D. He's also speaking on the future technologies, especially focusing on circularity and sustainability. So we try to bring experts from different fields, basically, and industry mainly. So it is a connect between industry and R&D and academics. So all the three are more important to achieve the future challenges. I'm sure that, like, basically having panel discussions and this kind of workshops and interactions, networking, all those things would give a lot of takeaways in this conference, actually.
Yeah, one thing I observed, the uniqueness about, I don't want to say uniqueness, but a speciality about this conference is that you brought, researchers from different parts of India. You have, you have universities in South, you have in North, you have Northeast, and I've seen the agenda that you have a broad spectrum of researchers from the different parts of India. It can showcase what kind of research is happening in India, particularly for the people coming from outside India. Even in industry itself, in Indian industry, they should collaborate not just with IRMRA, but they also can collaborate with whatever the near to them, whether it's IIT Kharagpur or KUSAT or Mahatma Gandhi University. There are many universities are also offering, along with the academic education, but also they're conducting the active research, industry-oriented research also. I think so. It's really a pool of Indian rubber technology and researchers, coming together under the umbrella of the IRMRA. Yeah, is that right? Yeah.
Yes, yes. In fact, even the concept of circular economy and sustainability gone into even to the, for example, defense industry. They use strategic materials, very small amount, but still they think about that. It's not that, like, we are not using too many products, too much of volume, but still. So the sustainability, the circularity concept is gone every level. So we also have a speakers from DRDO also. Dr. Anadure is coming from NPOL, like that. So this really brings out a wonderful gathering, I'm sure, and it's a must attend process.
So super. I mean, it's definitely a must attend event. Let's talk about exhibition. Of course, conference is one thing that you learn from the experts. And exhibition gives you the opportunity to update the new technologies from the suppliers and also networking, right? So, what kind of technologies exhibitors are exhibiting in this event?
Well, exhibition is basically now focused on again the concept of sustainability, circularity, wherein that we could get several types of things like you materials and showcasing some products, also energy. As I told you that, like, energy conservations. Some people are there, and new product development with reference to circular economy. And in fact, even we are going to demonstrate some of the technologies with reference to the current theme, that like IRMRA's technology also will be displayed over there, which is available for commercializations. All those things would be available for things. So it's a kind of mini expo, I can say. It's not a very big expo as compared to the other events, but but we have all of them are together, basically. And so we have major tire industries like Apollo, MRF. They are all there as part of exhibition. And even the carbon black from carbon black manufacturer from the waste tire, the Finster Carbon is displaying that thing, basically. So you see that the theme is very much fulfilled there, actually. So some industry who is making pillars from waste tire to and also from biosource. And so there are such kind of things, plus some of the advancement in the technological advancement also there. Other than that, we have OEM equipment manufacturers from Europe, basically. We have several principals are coming here to showcase their tire testing equipments, especially for forecasting the global automotive challenges. And so Indian tire and automotive industry is going forward to upgrade their equipment facilities. So we have a few principles which they are coming and showcasing their latest updates on the tire testing and other equipments. And similarly, the 3D printing technologies, all those. So latest technologies all will be there to showcase in that. So that is also, must attend exhibition. I can say that basically.
It's a conference. Delegates will have an opportunity to connect with the technology suppliers and they
Yes.
get explore the new ways of doing things. Okay, not only from the experts but also from the technology supplier as well.
Yes.
And one thing I found is that IRMA is offering a special arrangement for the SMEs or MSMEs to participate as well, right? Yeah, so
Yes.
that is a very good feature of your event. And as because I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of events, a lot of it across the world, and
Right.
supporting the MSMEs or SMEs, you may call it, So it is very important. I do appreciate that you take that lead on that supporting and talk about that. How is the response and how is the feedback and what is the intention towards it? Yeah.
Yeah, ever since it is established, IRMRA is always supporting the small industries, basically. Purposefully, the purpose of IRMRA's existence is that, especially the non-tire industry. If we talk about the tire industry, they are well organized, they have well qualified the team and the laboratories, expertise, everything. Whereas the small and medium scale, industries, even the startups, they don't have that kind of, facilities. They cannot, obviously they cannot have such a huge investment and setup. So being IRMRA nodal R&D institutes from government of India point of view also, and we always encourage MSME institutes or industries to come forward and participate. So we encourage, even now in this conference as well as Expo, we found that several MSME would like to participate. So they are very keen to participate. And we also, encourage educational institutes, because one of the aspect is that industries are struggling to get manpower actually. So we are going to give some connect between the academics and the industry also. So we also organized some workshops for the students, especially from the nearby universities, wherein that the students, the probably the chemistry students, polymer students, and MBA and other probable students who can be employed in rubber industry, so create awareness. So we bring them also and connect with the industry. So this is another initiative which we have brought over here basically. And so we found MSMEs, obviously we cannot avoid. So we have created a pavilion of IRMRA pavilion, where that MSME can come and showcase their product. We given the table space, so those cannot afford to set up a stall. We said like money is not a problem for you. It should not be a criteria. So we give, even if somebody is not having that much, we give throwaway price, for a table space. Even if somebody wants to come and display at free of cost, also no problem. If they request, we will accommodate. Doesn't matter. The purpose is that one should come and participate and see that they are able to get more benefits actually. So there has been request basically give some more discount, etc. So if they are those who are not members, they become member of IRMRA, so they avail the discount. So these are the things happened over last few months actually. So yeah, I'm glad that many small scale industries are going to be immensely benefited by having exhibited as well as participated in the conference.
And as you rightly said, it provides the equal opportunity. Even you have less resources, okay, but you still have access to be part of that action, yeah, and so explore the opportunities. And so, and one thing you talked about is the students and the engaging students, to give them exposure to the what's real world of the rubber industry. Sustainability is not just about materials, machines only. Actually, these people,
That's right.
and
Manpower also
manpower,
very.
yeah, okay, and
That's a big challenge.
we are living in a different world now. The technology, advanced technology. Rubber industry still, it's a you need a hardworking manpower because it's a dirty industry compared to the IT or other things. Of course, there are some changes happening due to the IoT or AI, but still and need a it's a manpower dependent industry, okay, and
Right.
if we want to stay in the business for a long time, we need people and people interested in this line of business. It's good to know that you emphasize on that aspect also for the benefit of the industry. So super. Hey man,
Not only for this, but in fact, not only for this. In fact, anybody wants to do any kind of internship or projects at IRMRA. I always say that you just come through your institute or professors, write to us, and come and do it basically. So have an experience of IRMRA, feeling what we are doing, how we are doing. So getting the exposure of such a wonderful infrastructure itself gives a change of outlook for the students basically. So we always encourage that students to come and participate in this kind of expo, or even otherwise they always come to our institute for conducting the research. We always encourage that actually.
And also we can't live without rubber. As simple as that. No matter how much you got gadgets you have, rubber is plays key role. The moment you're born till you die. Okay, so it is an important component of our life, and we need to make sure that we have the right people to work for the industry. So yeah,
in fact, the students are not much aware of the rubber technology is as a career actually. They look for as you rightly said, IT or engineering or doctor or something. So we say that it's today is about nearly 1 lakh crore turnover is a rubber industry Indian economy contribution basically. So if they want to become next to 5-6 years, it's going to be nearly doubling the economy. That means we need huge manpower for rubber industry. So those who wants to take up as pursue their career in rubber industry, equally we help them. So we say that we also conduct online courses and MSc program. We have it. We are also soon is going to be conducting some more diploma and other courses. As I told you last time also, I told that the IRMRA is changing its name into institute. Very soon it will be Indian Rubber Materials Research Institute. The government has given the clearance for establishing the changing the name, of course, as an institute. So with that name change, we have a lot of role to play as a human resource development. So we are bringing more academics into that. So that makes our scientists also to do more conducting research. If you see last 5-6 years, our patents publications have gone up by numbers basically, and also the quality of research has gone up, and so that's really helping us also. So we are into helping rubber world through manpower and human resource development actually. So that is also going on parallelly. We will be doing more and more in near future as well actually.
And this kind of event gives them understand more about IRMRA as well, what's happening at IRMRA, how to collaborate and cooperate with IRMRA, whether it is for the product development or manpower recruitment, training, okay, all other things. So every rubber industry or entire industry in India or abroad, they should open the doors to work with the IRMRA. So
that's right.
Yeah, I'm giving it a lot of PR for you, man. No, but it is true that as I'm been seeing changes at IRMRA, I'm personally I know a lot about IRMRA, their activities. It's a good institute to work, collaborate for the development of industry in their own business. So, okay, let's get into the. You've been the director for the last 7 years, is it right?
Yeah, since 2016, of course. Yes, almost 7-8 years. Yeah.
It's okay. So, what kind of things are on the plate for the next few years? What is your vision for the IRMRA, or how do you want to see IRMRA? Of course, the institute turn up is happening sooner or later, right?
That's right. That's the main change which I'm eagerly looking forward. Even though it's been initiated during the period of COVID, of course, but due to COVID it got little delayed. But now actively we are pursuing that matter, and we will be soon. The name will change basically. And it's not just going to be a change of name as such, but it is the vision, mission, all those things we are reviewing it and upgrading, especially our current president, Dr. R. Mukhopadhyay, is also very much, guiding and supporting us to see how IRMRA should help, into the academics, and also, conducting research which is needed for the industry. Especially, he always say that basically IRMRA support MSMEs and non-tier, especially non-tier industries. Though IRMRA is upgrading the facilities to support, the tire industry, because it's a need of the hour for the government regulations and all that. So one way is we are upgrading our facilities for that. And second is we always look at that, like how we can support government mission. For example, the quality control orders, basically. So that is basically to support Indian rubber industry for sustainability. Especially, we are into a mission of import substitutions. So how we can help import substitutions? So one way is that upgrading Indian quality. The product quality, basically. So the upgrading the standards, aligning with the ISO standards, or upgrading standards to the international quality norms, and then bringing out the quality control orders. Especially our department is very keen to do that. We have been doing, several products are already on the list. So one way is that to support such a list of quality control order, IRMRA is one of the BIS approved research and development agency for not only for testing, but also for playing a key role in standardization and upgrading the standards, etc. And also we have a center of excellence for toys design and developments we are establishing. So one of the sponsored project from the government. And then we also have some research projects from Ministry of Textiles, where technical textiles, obviously, the technical textile play a lot of role in rubber industry as a reinforcing material. So we do bring a lot of research into that. And also some of the strategic product development for various government sectors, like nuclear organization and defense organization. And also we keep contributing wherever there is a problem, or some strategic products requirements, we keep supporting that. So in that way, IRMRA is going to be growing very well with the growth of Indian industry, automobile industry, and as well as meeting the defense and other needs, basically. So we are into different level. And of course, our service is getting extended to North India also. So I'm glad that very soon we will be, our Dr. Mukhopadhyay, President IRMRA, has also said that basically we must have our presence in North India also. So accordingly, we have proposed to government, and very soon the government will give a funding for that also. So these are the latest developments. So maybe our next sitting we will talk more about that.
I'm very glad to know all the things that you're planning and in the execution stage. And one thing every Indian proud about is recently it happened, we land or not planning on this moon, right? Are you guys doing anything on the space applications and the rubber, related to the rubber industry? I think that
Yes.
MyPol is one. MyPol has their own products in there as well in Chandrayaan, right? So because this is, I think everybody is looking at India can do, and India is doing a lot in the space. I think this is one of the areas it may grow a lot in the future. Okay, and so is IRMRA is getting involved in this?
We are in touch with, we are interacting with, including space research organizations. In fact, I guess some of the delegation is likely to come to our conference also. Our scientists are in touch with. So we are doing that actually. See, sometimes some of the secret missions are not revealed with things, basically, but obviously we are working with such areas also. So we have several government agencies where we are in the strategic product development activities. We support in such kind of missions, basically. More importantly, even the private industries who are part of such things, and they send the samples to do their test and qualifications. that knowingly or unknowingly, we are always part of that system, basically. We don't know that where they are supplying to, but we give always our opinion, testing, certifications, and consultations. So many a times that many such things are happening behind the scene, we don't know, basically. And I am glad that, like, the Indian rubber industry, a few industries have been part of that. And as a proud Indian, that we must encourage more, and we should do it more and more, such things, basically. Actually, yeah.
Sure. Um, Definitely, there are good days. More good days are there in the future for us, particularly in the space application for India.
That's right.
One thing that I know about you personally is about you being as a director of the IRMRA, and also you are active member of the TC45 ISO committee on the rubber products. So, can you talk about the experience of developing the standards for the industry?
Yeah, of course. The TC45 is, I've been associated since 2000, I think, 3, of course, almost 20 years now, actually. In fact, I'm another long service awardee from TC45. That's the thing, basically. And last 4 or 5 years, we could not physically participate because of the COVID. I think, one thing, that this year we are coming to
My
Thailand,
hometown.
actually.
My hometown.
That's right. This
I'm
year,
looking forward to
Thailand.
see you guys. Yeah.
Yes, mostly we will see that, of course. Our Indian delegates would be interested to come and meet you all there in Thailand. And of course, this has been long due, basically. And of course, it's going to be, sequentially is pushed back, actually. Otherwise, it was supposed to be sometime a few years back, actually. And this year it is in Thailand, next year Japan. After that, India is going to host as well. So 2025, India will be hosting that, actually. And in fact, that TC45 gives a lot of insight to interact with various international experts of different fields. Name the raw materials, raw rubber, raw materials, chemicals, then product standards, hoses, and even the environmental sustainability. I wish, I know that, like, just to add a sustainability word into the environment committee, we had about 2 hours discussion. I think it was way back in 2005 or 6, basically. I don't remember, but so last 20 years almost, it is being discussed, and they bring standards, especially to how to regulate, what are the emission norms, many things, basically. So that gives updation of what's happening abroad, basically, and other countries, so that we can bring in India. And so we try to align ourselves. Our national standards also gets aligned with that. And in fact, I, being one of the chairman of the committee for our national committee, that is BAS PCD 29, which talks about the test methods, basically. So it was earlier subcommittee of PCD 13, but later on the work was very vast, so they have made me as a committee chairman. And so in that, we have done a lot of harmonization of our standard with ISO. So what we did is that, adopting the dual numbering system, under dual numbering system, ISO standards are adopted. And so that means that basically Indian standard becomes at par with ISO. So that is one way that we have done that. And also, we also participate actively in ISO level. So that shows that basically we are also contributing in ISO standards, and vice versa. We adopt the ISO standards in India. So this kind of work is happening. And especially the terminology committee, which talks about new terminologies. Then environmental sustainability is big forum, where I think that is the one committee where almost 50-60 people are attend every time, basically. So they talk about what is being banned, which country, and how alternative, what is that. So it gives a big opportunity for the business also. So that's how it really gave huge experience. And India is again is developing a lot of things. New standards are being developed. And similarly, also the toys, we are also regulating the toys imports, basically. So developing the import, indigenized toys to substitute import. like that it's happening. So there are also new standards are being developed actually. So it's really a good experience to support our national standards body by way of expert advice and other things basically.
And it's more, this kind of TC45 you bring the exchange of knowledge from different experts from the different parts of the world, and at the same time you also can improve the local standards for meeting the global level of quality, And so I think this is very important for the industry to get to know about what's going on, in the ISO
in fact,
standards.
we have been disseminating this knowledge and experience to the industry. We want more industry to participate. I mean, our Indian rubber industry experts should more come forward to participate at national level as well as international level. Somehow I feel that of the industries are ignoring, which they should come forward actually. So it's a message that it should be disseminated that more experts should come forward and contribute for national standardization and thereafter to the international level actually. So it is very important. Otherwise what happens, somebody makes standard at abroad, international level, and we need to follow it. Rather we should lead there actually. So I always talk in different forum that experts should come from different industry to take part in the discussions and upgradation of our Indian standard and then lead the quality basically.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's whether it's international standards or it's basically you try to develop a global standards India can also meet.
Correct.
You cannot look down.
If you attend such meetings, you will know what's happening in other countries, so you know what to do, so that you can think much more in advance what we can do it, or at least to meet that particular requirements. You will take less time to develop yourself to meet such challenges. Otherwise we are much behind in some cases. So that is very important actually.
So I think IRMRA takes an important role to sharing transferring these learnings from these meetings to the industry. At least some of them, not everyone. At least some of the industry people benefit.
Many people don't know how the standards are made even. Some people, they don't know basically. So they simply say that somebody is asking for certificate. Please give me a certificate, and they come with the certificate. The standard which is very old standard, or it cannot be done, or still they are using the old materials which is outdated, like that. So we need to update not only them, also their customers. So IRMRA plays such a crucial role in upgrading by this is what happening, this already this material is outdated, the standard is revised now. So all such things are happening. So unless we attend such kind of meetings, we will not be able to upgrade ourselves basically. That's right.
One problem I've been observed is that when you develop a standard, you send the this information, the draft standards to the industry, ask them to give some feedback. You may not get that good feedback. You keep on asking, right? That is a big challenge, and you guys, okay, depend on a couple of people, give some feedback, and you finalize the standard. But once standard is established, they may think later.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, they don't even know that the standards, draft standards are wide circulated and it is kept for comments actually, and later on when it comes for a mandatory certifications, they wake up all of a sudden that basically, oh my God, this is to be complied with. So I don't know where the laboratory is, what is the whether the product will pass or fail. They come for testing and certification, all those things. So that's really that gap is still there actually.
So if people participate in this IRMRA's 24th Rubber Conference and Expo in Chennai, so they get exposed to all these things what we've discussed.
In fact, one of the lecture is from BAS. Okay. The member secretary of the PCD 13 is also there. So he will also talk about the standardization and what is going on. So that's the thing basically. So this gives in fact all our Indian delegates are assembling over there. We are having a briefing meeting. Who will attend which meeting or subcommittee meeting? So we kept this conveniently. So all our experts are assembling over there. So it's going to be a meeting of all our own Indian delegates as well. And so BAS also is participating. So every forum we give opportunity to interact with all the stakeholders, name it academicians, industrialists, our R&D specialist, including the standardization. And of course, our joint secretary is also going to be there, and some more government representatives will be there to interact with all those things. Basically, it will be a good, interaction for the the participants and delegates.
So we would say it's not just only a must attend, it is a perfect meeting point for every rubber industry person to come and join, learn from the experts, exchange ideas, information. Is it right, Rajkumar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you want to meet all of them, only those 3 days. That's it. We have to, otherwise we don't know that, like, whether all of them will be available. Okay, you cannot go and meet everybody. They will not exchange ideas. So that is a forum where definitely they exchange the card, they talk about, they discuss about. So it's really a perfect forum to interact. And otherwise, a small, small scale industry person may not know even, who are all experts in this field of, industry basically. So it is a perfect forum to know that, like, and to interact with industry experts, R&D experts, and all that thing basically. Definitely, it is a must.
Yeah. Raj, let's end this session
I wish
here.
you are also attending.
Yes, of course.
I welcome you.
I'm organizer of events like what you do. So
yes, and I know Technobiz is one of the media partner for us. Thank you for hosting this event, and also promoting our event. And look forward to host you there. And thereafter, I'll come to Thailand, where we can meet during the meeting, TC45 meeting.
We believe in if you're educating the people with the right information, they prosper, they do right things, they prepare the right products, and they become the part of the economy growth. And eventually everybody benefits, not just only financial benefit to the company, but also the whole country. So even events like what you are doing or what Technobiz is doing is the same objective, is creating an opportunity, is a platform for them to meet and greet, exchange informations, so that they do the right things, they prepare from themselves for the future, what they need to do, how to change themselves, how to evolve themselves. Okay? So Raj Kumar, thank you very much for sharing the input on of your 24th rubber conference in the Expo, which will be held on the 21st to 23rd September in Chennai at the Chennai Trade Center. Any final message, asking them?
Yes, I would like to thank the sponsors who are all, really, the platinum sponsor, gold sponsor, diamond sponsors, bronze sponsors, supporters. Every sponsor has contributed in a great manner for this success program, and also the government support, and for guiding the team and organizing committee, and also our governing council members, and our president, past presidents, and of course my internal team members, organizing committee. I have wonderful team who is doing extremely well. They are able to coordinate with all that, because they know the industry people very well, and they're able to gather all so many speakers and exhibitors. They are extremely well, so I must acknowledge their contributions. And exhibitors, advertisement persons, media persons like you, many people who are directly, indirectly contributing for gathering this big gathering, and also all other supporters, caterers, many people who are going to be part of it. I wish that the event will be very greatly successful with all the support. I am looking forward to welcome everybody, every rubber industry professionals, industrialists, academicians, and delegates, participants, in a wholehearted manner to come and take the benefit for which this forum is organized. I am looking forward. At any point of time, any help they are looking forward, we are there. Our team is always geared up. We are all reaching 2-3 days before, and we will be there to help them basically. We lined up series of hotels, different tariffs, and so there should not be any difficulty for availability of accommodations, and all those things are being taken care. It is a phone call away or email away that they should just contact our team. so that they will be made more comfortable to stay in Chennai, and they can explore the things. Those who are coming from abroad, they can experience the Chennai and around Indian culture and diversified food, other things. So we will make the event more memorable. So I'm extremely looking forward to welcome all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajkumar. Definitely, guys. If you have not planned yet, it's a time to go to the website of irmra.asia.com. Sorry, irmra.asia, and you register yourself. And as you see, we heard from the chief convener of the IRMRA conference, Dr. Rajkumar, today. Learn about all issues, why it is so important. So it's a must attend, a perfect meeting point for all the rubber industry professionals, rubber and tire industry professionals. Sometimes we need to use the word tire as well. So sometimes people think rubber is
right. So we don't need we for everybody. Latex experts are there, tire experts are there, tire, non-tire, chemicals, instruments, equipment, everybody is there basically. So we have experts talking in all the subjects, so one must not miss that. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end the session with Dr. Rajkumar. I believe that you learned about this event and also what kind of activities at IRMRA and their vision for the industry. And I look forward to welcome you and seeing you there. I'm also inviting you all, along with Dr. Rajkumar, go and participate in the IRMRA.
Chennai பார்க்கலாம் வணக்கம். I'm speaking in Tamil, welcoming all of them basically.
Yes. So please do join during the 21st to 23rd September in Chennai at Chennai Trade Center on the 24th IRMRA's Rubber Conference and Expo. And Chennai is a beautiful place, great food. You must visit and participate. Enjoy this. As Dr. Rajkumar has said, it's going to be a memorable event for learning and also a event that you enjoy it. Okay, so thank you all for joining this session. I'm hoping to see you all in Chennai soon. Bye bye for now.
Thank you, Mr. Param.